Tonight, we're taking an in-depth look at domestic violence. We've been tracking high-profile cases across Rhode Island, many of them deadly. Now, we've uncovered a new study that finds most Americans know a victim of domestic violence, but few people are talking about it.
So we went looking for answers, finding what's being done to get people to speak up and prevent future tragedies. Susan Roberts has that story, only on Eyewitness News.
Over the last year, we've been tracking many stories of domestic violence that ended tragically. And recently, I spoke with one woman who says she barely escaped an abusive relationship with her own life.
Their murders grabbed headlines. In February, Terry Chiodo is allegedly stabbed by her ex-husband, Christopher James, aboard a RIPTA bus in Portsmouth. We uncovered Chiodo went to police before the murder, saying she feared James would eventually kill her. A statewide grand jury indicted James on a murder charge. In May, the body of 65-year-old Allison Taylor is found in a dumpster outside her Narragansett apartment complex. Her 45-year-old son, Robert Taylor, is charged with domestic murder the next day. And in August, Evelyn Burgos and Vanessa Perez, mother and daughter, are found shot to death in Burgos' Johnston home. Danielle Rodriguez, Burgos' boyfriend, is charged in the murders. And for Kathy McCormick, each one of these headlines is a painful reminder.
My initial reaction is always, that could have been me.
Kathy's own story of domestic violence and sexual assault began many years ago when a guy she met one night at a club became a nightmare she could not shake.
He raped me. He beat me. He, used knives as his weapon against me, held me with knives at my throat. He would break my car windows on a regular basis so I couldn't drive. And then he would get on the bus that I was taking to get to work, and then he would make a scene on the bus.
Scared, young, and pregnant by her abuser, Kathy finally got away to her family.
My family saved my life, basically. When I was ready, they stepped in.
These days, Kathy's abuser is serving a 50-year prison sentence for the rape and attempted murder of another woman. But one thing she says hasn't changed, the stigma of a woman caught up in a nightmare like her own.
You should just leave. People still don't understand that it's just not that easy, and that women need the support of other people to get them out safely.
A recent study funded by the Avon Foundation for Women reveals that even though 60% of Americans know a victim of domestic violence, an even greater number, 67%, don't talk about domestic violence. And 58% of victims say no one helped them. Kathy is trying to change that. She works with SOAR, Sisters Overcoming Abusive Relationships, putting on plays and speaking to anyone who will listen to shed more light on domestic violence.
We need to not keep it behind closed doors. These women feel judged and they feel shamed, so they're not talking. But if we reach out, sometimes it's just a small gesture. What can I do to help?
We've learned the Coalition Against Domestic Violence is now sponsoring legislation that would increase the marriage license fee, in turn to help fund violence programs. Susan Roberts, Eyewitness News.
There's more valuable information about domestic violence on our website, where you can find prevention tips, outreach groups, and the warning signs of abusive relationships. It's all on WPRI.com.